Hello, everyone, and welcome to PWME News. That's ProWrestling.me News. I'm your host, LK, or L fucking K, as Eli Drake's favorite and only fan on the whole damn world. I watched TNA Impact Wrestling last night. I'll be doing a review of that tonight. I'm also going to give a Smackdown preview on this show. I'm going to talk about a house show happening for New Japan tonight, a Bray Wyatt out of action for a bit longer, a firing, and New Japan Pro Wrestling signing. Well, he was part of the roster technically, but he's now officially signed. And we're going to start with that, as there's not really much news going on in the world of professional wrestling / sports entertainment as of late, and it really hasn't. And it's really irritating when that does happen. Usually the dirt happens at the start of the week. We're nearly halfway through. We're approaching Payback this Sunday. Also, Global Wars the Sunday after. We've got New Japan Wrestling and Dontaku in between there, somewhere in the mix. So you've got a great lineup of shows coming up for you guys if you're a pay-per-view fan in particular. If you don't only watch the pay-per-views, you've got a damn busy schedule. But Will Ospreay, he has officially signed with New Japan Pro Wrestling. As you remember, back on April the 10th at the Invasion Attack event produced by New Japan, Ospreay was working on a handshake-only agreement. After his impressive championship match against IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion one Mr. Kushida, New Japan officials presented Ospreay with a formal contract offer. Ospreay has since agreed to the deal. Ospreay, if you remember, was introduced to New Japan fans by former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Okada as part of the Chaos faction. Obviously, Will Ospreay is going to be a big and huge part of the upcoming Best of Super Juniors tournament that is presented every single year in Japan in the summer. I'm looking forward to his involvement in that, and I'm going to talk a lot about the Best of Super Juniors in the daily news gimmick that I have now. It's the third day running, and I've got the news. I've got the schedule nailed to the head. And I apologize if this is a random time for you guys. I know it's a really strange time. It's currently 3:11 p.m. I have to start work in 1 hour's time. Once I finish work, I'm going to review TNA Impact Wrestling and hit the rack and go to sleep because I've got a very long day tomorrow. Thank you for joining me if you're watching live. Please put in the live comments you are and what's your opinion on anything in the world of professional wrestling that's going on right now. Again, the topics I'm going to talk about are Smackdown Preview, a preview for tonight's house show for New Japan, Bray Wyatt out longer, and Rich Brennan gone from the WWE. And that's what I'm going to talk about. So, WWE announcer Rich Brennan, who you may know, he's been a backstage interviewer. He's done NXT. He's the weekly main event commentator with Jerry the King Lawler, all six of you who watch main event. He's basically been released. He's been removed. You know, his profile from the WWE's website has been removed. And he tweeted, "Thank you, come again, #new adventures." You know, Rich Brennan is one of those commentators. It's like, we're in a stage now where commentators are just so generic and so bland. I mean, you got Byron Saxton. You can't tell the difference between Byron Saxton and myself if I was on the commentary table. It's just they bring nothing to the table. At least JBL, you know, he talks about history, he sounds a bit different. At least Michael Cole brings some kind of passion. Saxton just sits there with his goofy smile on his face. Rich Brennan didn't really do much for me. Tom Phillips, how does Tom Phillips have a job? If this was the ideal world, this is how I would run things commentary-wise. I'd have Michael Cole and JBL on Raw, get rid of Saxton, fire him, not worth the money. And then SmackDown, I'd have Corey Graves and Mauro Ranallo. That's how I'd have it. NXT, I Paul Heyman and William Regal. Or William Regal and, you know, maybe Tom Phillips, Rich Brennan, if you have to decide. Or maybe Byron Saxton and Paul Heyman, I don't know. But in the end of the day, Rich Brennan gone. Guess what? You know, I wish him well. I hope he, you know, isn't unemployed completely. I'm sure he'll find his feet, and obviously I hope him and his family don't suffer because of this. But it was not a huge loss to me. I didn't shed a tear. I didn't shed a care. And quite frankly, I'm shocked to be even talking about this show, which is just proves to you right now how limited and how dull this past few days have been for the news of pro wrestling. I'm talking about a freaking house show presented by New Japan. That's how dull the news has been recently. It really is dull and down in the dumps. I mean, we went for a stage on Monday and Sunday where it was absolutely ballistic and news left, right, and center. There was deaths. There was lots to talk about. Now, here on a Thursday, there's nothing to talk about. It's damn irritating. And it's annoying when you have a daily news segment. It really is. We'll talk about some real sad news. So Bray Wyatt, if you remember, a few weeks ago, what did he do? If I remember rightly, he suffered a right calf injury at a house show at the start of the European tour earlier this month. He was scheduled to be out for 4 to 6 weeks back in early April. But now, as of today, it was announced on today's installment of Wrestling Observer Live that 6 to 8 weeks is his new time frame for when he will come back, which will put it around the Money in the Bank - early SummerSlam time period, which is a shame. But at the end of the day, it'll keep him fresh for a SummerSlam feud. Obviously, it'll make him a shocking return. Honestly, Bray Wyatt could... It's horrible saying that this is a good thing. It really is. It's a disgraceful thing for me to come out and say it's a good thing that Bray Wyatt's injured. That is disgusting and disgraceful. But for him personally, do you reckon deep down he's a bit happy about it? Not only will he be able to take time off and spend time with his family, when he comes back, he'll be fresh. When he comes back, they will give him a rivalry to sink his teeth into, because after WrestleMania, let's call a spade a spade. What was he doing? He was lollygagging around. He was pussy fucking around. He was on house shows of Roman Reigns because that's what they seemingly do for the past few months. And now it's Roman Reigns and Sheamus in the never-ending feud of forever. That could be potentially one of my worst feuds in, I'd say, a couple of years. How many damn times do we have to see Roman Reigns and Sheamus? And there were reports online constantly that during the European house shows, and Europeans are the most respectful fans in all the world, period. Look at Progress Wrestling. I dare you to find a better fan experience than going to Progress. Revolution Pro Wrestling's the same. Absolute amazing environment. I remember when, speaking as we're going to talk about New Japan in a minute, I remember when who was the, I hate saying this, who's the really, really, really old referee for New Japan Pro Wrestling? Anyway, he came out and he got a standing ovation. You know, it's just respectful. And if you're getting walked out on, that just proves how dull the main event is. And I don't blame them. I really don't. But, you know, Bray Wyatt hopefully comes back. I'm wondering who he's going to feud with. I'm really curious and interested and intrigued to who Bray Wyatt will feud with. I wouldn't mind seeing, I don't know. I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't mind a Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt feud. That's just putting out there. Hopefully by that time, if you build a sports entertainer from the ground up, you get Randy Orton. We'll be back by then. If he is, I wouldn't mind a Bray Wyatt Randy. I think those matches would be great. You know, you could torture Randy Orton and Randy Orton could play games back. You know, and then Randy Orton can have tag partners and blah, blah, blah. I think it could be great. And I think Orton is the one who could get Bray Wyatt over. And, you know, Orton always has these matches during the summer. Like, for instance, a couple of years ago, he had that feud with Roman Reigns, and now look where Roman Reigns is. And I just think Bray Wyatt needs a feud with a big star that he can win and that he can build some momentum, because it's been said over and over again, you know, as good as Bray Wyatt is, he's put himself over. He's put himself over. But once it gets to the actual match, he gets fucked. And it's a damn shame, and I hope he doesn't fall back down to the same routine once he makes his return. Tonight's SmackDown, which took place from Manchester, NH, from the awfully named Verizon Wireless Arena. What an awful name. We have a pretty damn good lineup, if I'm going to be honest with you. We have Roman Reigns versus The Miz. I'm a big... That's champion versus champion. I hate it when they do this. For fuck's sake. This is a big freaking deal. You have the WWE World Heavyweight Champion going up against your WWE Intercontinental Champion. You have your main event World Champion versus the mid-card World Champion. You have to make this a big fucking deal. This was such a big deal back in 1990 with Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior that was the main event of WrestleMania, a champion versus champion match. That's how big it is. It's a WrestleMania caliber main event, but that was back when championships meant something. This should be a big deal. This should be a pay-per-view main event. This should be a Raw main event. This should be a SmackDown main event that's talked about for ages, a big week to 2 week to 3 week to a month's build, and it's disgusting and downright disgraceful. Apollo Crews is facing off against Stardust in a rematch from Monday Night Raw. Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Social Outcast, and obviously it's going to be a squash match, preluding to the Vaudevillains versus Enzo and Big Cass. Number one contenders, tag team championship, match at the Payback pay-per-view. Baron Corbin versus Damien Sandow. And then in the main event, I'm guessing it's the main event, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Kalisto versus Sheamus, Rusev, and Bertie. That aggravates me again. Kalisto's facing Ryback on the pre-show. Why is there no build? Zilch. Zero build to the match. Sami Zayn's facing Kevin Owens. Why isn't Kevin Owens in this tag? If I was booking this show, and if I guarantee you guys watching this were building this show, or writing this show, it would be Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Kalisto versus Ryback, Kevin Owens, and The Miz. That's booking 101. Roman Reigns can go one-on-one with Bertie in a rematch from Monday Night Raw. You know, considering he'd done 2 rematches already. Jesus H. Christ and Apostles. That's poor. That is really, really poor. There is zilch build to the pay-per-view. That pisses me off more than I can imagine. It really, really does grind my gears. God, me. New Japan Pro Wrestling holding a house show tonight in, listen to this for me to slaughter this name. Are you ready for this? Satsuma Sandai Kokojishima, Japan. Wherever that is in the world, that's where the house show is taking place tonight. Decent looking card. Jay White versus Kanemitsu. Hiroki Kawata versus Tiger Mask. Six-man action, as you know, New Japan's famous for. Team Chaos, which is Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero, and Yoshihashi versus Captain New Japan, Please Retire, and the Funky Toilet Taguchi and Yoshitatsu. Then in another six-man tag, you got David Finlay, Shibata, and IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Kushida versus Jushin Liger, Nakanishi, and Yuji Nagata. 10-man tag action. You have Fat Fale, Kenny Omega, Tamatonga, Tangaloa, and Yujiro Takahashi versus Maccabi and Honma, Tanahashi, Juice Robinson, and Michael Elgin. And then an 8-man tag, you got Gedo, Hiroki Goto, Kazuchika Okada, and Tomohiro Ishii versus Los Ingobernables de Japan. You got Bushi, Evil, Sanada, and Tetsuya Naito, the IWGP Heavyweight Champions. That's going to do it for the news today. What a lackluster news day, I'm going to be honest with you. An absolutely dull, depressing, absolute revolting news day today. Really nothing to talk about. I'm shocked I'm still continuing this damn show, and I'm sure it's been as long as I have, but I'm going to get some live comments. We've got a plethora of live comments here from Raymond Stanley. What's up, LK? How are you doing, Raymond Stanley? It's been a long time since you've been commenting on the show. Do you honestly think Finn Balor will debut Sunday? That is a great question, and I'm pretty damn sure we're going to do a payback prediction show sometime down the line, but I just don't know. I'm going to be frank with you here, Raymond Stanley. I got this gut feeling that he won't, and it'll be a major letdown, and I don't even think they'll swerve anyone. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they'll swerve anyone. I think they're just going to have Reigns beat AJ. I honestly, I just think they're going to do that. We all know Reigns will win, but how would he win? Spearing, I'm guessing. I'm not expecting him to turn heel. I'm going into this with a very open mind. I'm going in with my expectations very low so that anything decent that happens will make me happy. Will WWE ever hit 10 million ever again? No. No. What do you think of Lucha Underground so far? I love it. It's my favorite show of the week. Even though I don't review it every week, because obviously time zones are a bit fucked up, it is probably one of the best TV shows out there. What if H didn't dump China? Well, China probably would be... I don't know. That's a great question. Well, I'm damn certain her career would have gone on longer. And this is pretty disgusting to say, but would she still be alive? You know, that's a good point. I don't want to be a negative daddy and be that guy, but maybe she'd still be alive. Who knows? Who damn knows? What else have we got? Will the prediction show be live? Yes, of course it will be. Will Payback disappoint us? No. I'm gonna be honest with you. Payback from on paper looks like a damn good wrestling show. If you're a fan of pro wrestling, I think you can enjoy it. Honestly, I do. What wrestling conspiracy do you think really happened? Oh, Jesus Christ. That could be a stump the idiot. In fact, that will be a stump the idiot. I like that. What if porn never existed? Dude, what if porn never existed, the women's wrestling probably wouldn't happen. Why does Maurice make me hard? I don't know, bro. I'm guessing you're into the French or you're into the accent, or you just think she's hot. Will WWE be better this year? It's not difficult to be better than last year. What do you think will happen with the McMahons at Payback? My gut instinct's saying I think Shane gets Raw, Stephanie gets SmackDown, or I don't know, or Triple H gets mad at Shane because, you know, Shane's nicked NXT, or I don't know what they're gonna do. That leads to the next question: will the brand split happen? I just don't think the roster's deep enough. I think SmackDown being taped hurts. I think SmackDown being 2 hours and Monday Night Raw being 3 hours also hurts the situation. But I don't know. Why would Baylor lose the title on a house show if he's not being brought up? Yeah, that's a good question. But he could still be champion and be on Monday Night Raw. I mean, one Mr. Kevin Owens, Miss Big KO did that, if you take your mind back to last year. So I don't really know what they're doing, and I have no clue what they're doing. But thank you for the questions. Payback this Sunday, of course. I think it's going to be a good show. I don't think it's going to suck. I think there's going to be questionable booking as always, but I think if you look at it from a wrestling standpoint, I think you're going to get one damn good pay-per-view this Sunday, and I'm going to talk about that on the prediction show. While I do that with either Coco or Booms, or hopefully both, or Semi-Sinister, or hopefully all four. But in the end of the day, my heart says Payback's going to be good. I'm actually excited for a pay-per-view. I'm going to be honest. I'm a big fan of Ambrose and Jericho. I think obviously Jericho's going to fuck off to Fozzy, so I think he could put Ambrose over, and then Ambrose can go on to bigger and better things. Reigns AJ has me intrigued because there's lots of different avenues they could go down booking wise. Also, I'm looking forward to Cesaro Miz because Miz is being portrayed as one great fucking heel, and I want Cesaro to win that IC Championship. What else have we got looking at it? Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I mean, if you're a fan of Ring of Honor, you know this match is going to be fucking awesome, and it will. And I'm hoping that feud continues on to Extreme Rules, so I know they can have brutal affairs like Final Battle 2010. That was brutal in a match without honor on RH Final Battle 2010. You know, the number one contender for the tag title tournament finals with Vaude Villains and Enzo and Cass. Either way, you're going to get fresh teams in the tag team title mix. That's great stuff. So overall, I'm actually looking forward to Payback. So thank you for watching this show. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you head over to KocoSports.net, that's KocoSports.net for the world of chaos, home for Common Sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Thank you for checking out the daily PWME news. I apologize there was lack of news, but in the end of the day, it's not my fault. The wrestling business sometimes takes a day off, and today was a damn day off, but I give you the news. I gave you a preview. I'll be back tomorrow with the results of that New Japan House show, and hopefully we get some damn decent news to talk about. So like, comment, subscribe. This has been LK from PWME. Stay safe, stay well. Have a great Thursday evening. I'll be damn sure catching your asses down the line.